What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing how to make Montgomery Gator from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Apparently words aren't coming today. Here he is. Why does he look? That is a neck for sure. Looks better from the front, I guess. But anyway, that's really also. That being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I can't see. I'll catch you on the flip side, whatever. Here are all of the materials you'll be needing for this build. You got like the whole rainbow of concrete colors going on. Alrighty, and the space needed for this is a 28 by 42, and the materials you'll be needing to start off are crimson planks, crimson stairs, crimson slabs, blackstone stairs, lime concrete, green concrete, gray concrete, blackstone slabs, and we'll go stone slabs. These two will also be used for the block variants. Stone because it's only like 2 blocks, and the blackstone I'll explain when we get there because there's actually a reason for it that isn't just me wanting to save inventory space. So, starting from the front left-hand corner of your 28 by 42 grid cough, if you made it, you want to start by counting right by 8. And back by 14. And right here, going right, you will place 4 crimson planks. Bring each of them back by 8. And you'll have a rectangle, which is a foot. Off of, I believe, each of the 4 corners? Yes, off of each of the 4 corners, you will place a crimson slab. And at the back, you can connect those slabs together with planks. Ignore the rest for a second here, because we'll get there. On the left and right side, you can also place crimson planks like so. So you kind of just have this gap in the middle, basically. At the front of this gap, you'll place a couple of crimson stairs that face forward. Going back from either of those stairs, you'll place 2 more crimson stairs that'll face to the side. So on the left half here, they will face left, and on the right half, they will face right. The rest of the top of the foot can be filled in with crimson planks. And also the 3rd crimson plank back from those stairs will just be brought up by 1 like that. So you see there's 2 blocks here visible, and then there's 3 on the back in case that's important. If you are familiar with, or if you made Glamrock Freddy, you will notice that the feet are the same, which means you also are adding the, stairs on the front. So basically, off of the leftmost crimson plank, in front of it, you'll place a blackstone stair facing right. Going right from it, you'll place a stair facing left, a stair facing right, and then another stair facing left. Come to the back right-hand corner of this foot, and you want to count right by 4 to this block, and place going right 4 crimson planks. You'll bring these crimson planks forward 1 row and back by 7. And this will give you the same kind of start as the other foot. So, yeah, you're just recreating that essentially on this side. If you want a quick refresher, each corner has a crimson slab on top. The back left and right will have crimson planks over top. And on the front, you'll have crimson stairs facing forward, which can then be brought back by 2 here with stairs facing sideways. Middle of the foot is crimson planks, and the 3rd row behind these stairs is brought up by 1 in the middle, at least, those middle 2 blocks. And then you want the blackstone stairs on the end here that just face... Basically, you'll have 2 sets of them facing into each other, which will mean the middle 2 will face away. Just to run through that quickly. There you go. Feet. Now, I'm going to give you a number Well, I'm going to give you numbers for this next part, which is going to be for the legs. For the legs, you are having a checkerboard pattern of lime and green concrete. I think this works perfectly, but I'm not positive. There are some spots where it gets weird on the sides particularly, but I will kind of point those out when we get there, just because of the way that the leg works. Essentially, think of it as a checkerboard pattern that's just shifting back, but obviously it's not changing, and it's still like... So it'll essentially end up having two of the same concrete touching, but that's not hugely a problem. So what you want to do here is you want to take the left foot, and you'll take, which is his right, the one that we started with, and you'll take these two crimson planks that stick up and bring them each up by 2. Again, make sure that you do green, and then lime on one side, lime, and then green on the other. You'll then go back diagonally up by 1, and again, you're still just keeping the checkerboard pattern, and then up by 2. Off of the back here, these crimson planks, you will place 3 concretes moving up, and these will essentially be the same as the front. The first row on the front will be the same as the first row on the bottom. So it will be, whoopsies, it will be a little bit misaligned, kind of, but it's not a huge deal. And then you'll go up diagonally, back a row, and then up by 2. It's pretty much the same, you just have another row on the bottom. On the side, you will fill it in with a checkerboard pattern, and this is kind of where I mentioned you're going to have some problems. So it will, essentially, it won't be directly inside, it'll be jutting out a block, so it'll be on the edge of the foot here. And you'll see this is a green, so it would be lime, green, and then that would be a lime there, and you'll just kind of make sure that you're connecting together based off of the front and back, as opposed to what makes sense here. So, like, you don't want to have this here. You'll notice when the leg goes back a block, you'll have a double lime. It might be green on the other side. I'm not positive. I guess I'll... Yeah, it should be green on the other side then. So yeah, you'll have some weird things like that throughout the time, but you'll also actually bring those side rows up an additional 1, so they're taller, like so. This should be familiar from Freddy. I think the pose is different. Yeah, the pose is different, but the general thing is the same. You will place gray concrete in connecting those top layers together and then bring it up a row. Off of the front, you will just place the checkerboard again and make sure that it should be the same as the row on the opposite side of the gray, because essentially if you put green here or whatever, you know, it should just line up logically, because like that's going to be a line there. Well, it actually won't be because that's a gap, but you get the point. You'll then go up by 2 from that. Up diagonally, back 1. Up by 2. Up diagonally, back 1. And then up by 3. On the back side, it's pretty much the same, actually. So, again, make sure that you know what you're doing. But it's just, you start with the 3, and then you'll go back diagonally up, and then up 2. And yeah, it is exactly the same as far as the shaping is concerned. Like so. Yet again, you are filling this in, except you're leaving a row open at the bottom, so you have the gray visible here on the sides. I don't know if that stays I forgot that I'm not where I thought I was. I don't know, does that stay consistent? No. The knee joints change. Ooh, I almost did that. Screwed that up. The knee joints do change for Roxy, and maybe Chica. Chica might actually be same as the other ones. Again, don't forget every time that the leg tilts either forward or backward, you'll have 2 blocks of the same color. It's not a huge deal if you don't do it like that, just, you know. Anyway, there's 1 leg done. For the other leg, I'm going to be a little bit quicker with this probably. It's not the same, obviously, because, well, yeah, they have to line up somehow. But you want to start by placing 1 row of one checkerboard pattern row on top of this sticking up crimson. Make sure if you have, essentially the legs are the same. So whatever you started with on the left of the crimson on the other foot, you'll have on the left of the crimson on this foot. So you see I have green then lime, I have green then lime here. You'll then go up diagonally forward 1. Oh god, that's the buttons. Up 1. up diagonally forward one, and then up one. And then off of the back, you should probably know what's going on here. You'll, again, make sure that you're the same as the row there on the bottom here. You'll have 2 rows going up diagonally forward, up one, up diagonally forward, up one. And then you'll do the same thing where you fill in these sides with the respective concretes. Again, jutting a block out, and they will go one taller than the other part of the legs. Just had to make sure that it didn't like stick forward there or something, but I kind of avoided doing that intentionally. Oh god, there we go. And then you should know the drill. Connect them together with gray. Bring the gray up a row. And then off of the front top gray here, you'll place your checkerboard pattern, which again should be the same as the one at the bottom there. And then you'll go up by 2. Forward diagonally up 1. Up 2. Forward diagonally up by 1. And then up by 3. And you should notice that your legs line up. Yay. And then in case you do want the back, although it should be fairly easy, I think, to figure out at this point, it'll be a row off the gray. Up 2. Forward diagonally up 1. Up 2. Forward diagonally up 1, and then up by 3. And then you're filling the sides and making sure that you leave the 1 row available at the bottom, where the gray sticks through. Making this checkerboard is so much worse than just making it straight orange, or red and orange, I guess. Oh, god. Numbers. That's not even a number, that's just me screwing up. It has nothing to do with numbers, technically speaking. Anyway, you should have this. There's Monty's legs. That was something, in fact. 11 and a half minutes for legs and feet. I'll consider that a win, I guess. So, on the... we'll call it the left side leg. You will place a checkerboard pattern from the top here that is up diagonally to the left by 1. Make sure it is, for 1, 2 blocks wide, so it's as wide as this little portion of the leg, and it is in fact inverted from the leg blocks directly. This will kind of become irrelevant in a second here, but you'll see why. You'll then go from the front block here, forward diagonally to the right by 2, again making sure that you're keeping the alternating. Then go right by 8. Back diagonally to the right by 2. Back 1. Back diagonally to the left by 2. And then left by 8. And then forward diagonally to the left by what should be 1. And if you're doing everything alternating, you'll have this. It's going to get kind of trippy if you're trying to get perspectives of this, so I do apologize, but anyway. What you want to do is you want to take the front and back rows, and with the exception of the furthest left and furthest right block, you'll bring each concrete down with the reverse. So it should be the middle, what is it, 7 or something? Yes, the middle 7 on both the front and back. Some of this won't matter on the back because of the tail, but oh well. And then you'll take the middle 3 from there and bring them each down an additional block. Those aforementioned middle 3 rows can actually connect together with a checkerboard pattern of lime and green still. So from this green, you'll go back lime, green, and you'll hit the back, where it should line up with the back's checkerboard. If it doesn't, I would check that you don't have any doubles going on, especially on these diagonals here. Because these will get you for sure. But, yeah. There you go. These little blocks here as well that you see open, you'll just fill in with gray concrete in line with whatever the concrete is that's around them pretty much. Just like that. There's Monty's lower section pretty much done. I'm going to make a bold mistake here, and I'm going to, well... Yeah, we'll save the tail for a little bit later. I was going to save it till the very end, but I know if I do that, I'm going to forget. So we'll do the belt first and get that situated, and then before we do his body, I want to get the tail done, because if I don't do it again, it's not happening. On top of the top checkerboard pattern here on Monty's pelvis, hip, whatever you want to call it, you're going to place black stone blocks going around, just using the slabs. The reason we use these slabs here instead of the blocks is because the slabs have a different texture on the top and bottom as opposed to the blocks. The blocks have more of like a cracked looking texture. This just kind of looks, I don't know, bubbly almost. But you'll have this. Find the middle black stone block on the front here and make sure you're on the front. And just above it and below it, you'll place stone slabs. On the bottom, it's upside down, and on the top, it's not, and it will give you this, essentially. Almost looks like a mouth. Bring each of those slabs left and right by one each, and connect those outer ones together with stone blocks. You'll also take those top stone slabs and bring each of them back by one, like so. Now, you can get rid of your stone slabs and your black stone slabs and get out stone buttons along with yellow concrete. It will probably be smart to put your yellow concrete, or just switch your yellow concrete and black stone stairs, actually. So you have yellow, lime, then green as far as the concrete orders. Really, everything else doesn't matter, just these three should be here. And I guess if you want to throw gray into the party. We'll more heavily get rid of stuff once we finish the body, because we don't really need anything before then. But anyway, on specifically this front row of blackstone, the 3 blocks left and right of the little belt loop, you'll place stone buttons off of the front. You can do this all the way around if you so choose. I didn't, as you can probably tell. So, we're going to do the tail in kind of rows, essentially. We're going to just go like middle row, then left row, then right row. I'll probably tell you, we'll probably do left and right at the same time since it'll be symmetrical. But we'll start with the middle. So if you find the middle, and we'll just kind of do like a loop like we normally, or like we've done with Catnap's body, or what else have I done something like that for? I don't know. Catnap's body is the main one I can think of. But anyway, you want to take the bottom back checkerboard pattern, and it's either a green or a lime for you, it doesn't really matter. But from it, you will go back diagonally down by 2, or down diagonally back, whatever you want to say. Down 2, down diagonally back with a yellow, down by 4, down diagonally back with a lime, down by 3, down diagonally back with a yellow, down 1, down diagonally back with a yellow, back 1, down diagonally back with a yellow, back 2, and then back with 5 lime. Now, you'll leave the end 2 limes alone, and then you'll place from this one in front, you'll place 3 lime moving forward, 3 yellow, forward diagonally up with a yellow, up 1, forward diagonally up with a lime, up by 3, forward diagonally up with a yellow, up by 4, then up with a lime, up diagonally forward with a lime, up by 3, and then up diagonally forward by 2, and forward by 1, and that will connect back up. This is the rough tail shape. This is made pretty much the same as, again, Catnap's tail, where it's just made out of, like, pluses, essentially, that just curve and angle and whatever. I may also advise adding an extra yellow concrete at the base here, where you have these 3, just having one in front. It probably looks better like this. Let me just, like, casually do that on the other side. Yeah, that might look a little bit better, because it will curve into the ground a little bit nicer if you do that. Anyway, off both sides. You want to head to the top lime, and pretty much you want to place going, or you want to place off either side of this lime and another lime. This top one here. You'll then go down by 2. And honestly, what you want to do is, to start, you're just going to fill in these sides here where you have gaps in with the respective concrete that's just in the middle. This, I think, will make it a little bit easier rather than trying to instruct around, you know, this, to just have it placed now. And I'm not going to quite worry about the bottom because that, technically speaking, isn't a hollowed out bit like this. But yeah, that will be something I will, I guess, put in the back of my mind. Anyway, you'll have this, my goodness. So, first thing, coming to the top here, you'll have these two, I guess it's either 1 or 2 lime, whatever it is, and then you'll have this singular diagonal. Below this, you'll place another lime. And essentially, from that lime, you'll count back 2 and up by 1 and place a lime here. I'll just kind of leave that there for a second so you can see where it's placed based on the other parts as you have that gap there. And yeah, you'll just end up having lime, obviously, connecting those two together. As far as this yellow thing is concerned, or this yellow plus, the top 3 rows of the yellow will be connected at all corners to just create like a cube, pretty much. Like so. And then after that, it's really only the bottom you have to worry about. So, from this little row of 2 yellow, you'll go from the bottom down diagonally back by 2. Then back with 2 yellow. And then back with 3 lime. And there you go, there's Monty's tail. Pretty nice to get that out of the way. So now we don't really have to go lower than his midsection with the exception of making his guitar. Or, is it a guitar? I don't know. Actually, it might not be. So if you made Freddy's body, or if you made Freddy at all, the body is exactly the same. Why would I change it, right? So what you want to do is you want to take the blackstone corners here at these, I guess, ends of the long row, and you'll place a lime concrete in diagonally back by 1. Or I guess in diagonally by 1. So you'll have this. And again, you're doing this on the front and the back. You're just mirroring it, but it is the same. The front and back are the same, with the exception of those 2 blocks, and with the exception of the fact that the front has yellow while the back doesn't. So if I tell you to place yellow, ignore it for the back. But what you want to do from that said lime is you will bring it up by 3. Each of the 4, I guess I should say. The top 2 limes can extend out by 1 each. And then you'll take that little row of 2 and extend it up by 2. You will then go out by 1. And then up by 5. You will then go in 1, up 1, and in 1. Then from this point, you will go up with a yellow, but I guess, again, that is only on the front. On the back, it is lime. In by 1 with whatever that concrete was. And you'll stop there. So, for the next most outer bit, you will take essentially the original row of lime that you placed. You'll take the top block of that and place a yellow in diagonally forward by 1. And again, on the back, it's, I guess, in diagonally back with a lime. You'll then bring each of those in by 1, except on the back, you're bringing them in by 2. And then you'll go up by 1 and connect together. Like so. You'll then take the original yellows or limes that you placed, and you'll go up diagonally out by 1 with lime. You'll then go up 1. Up diagonally, out by 1. This will kind of follow the trajectory of what we already have, but I'll still go over it for this like next step. Up with 1 lime. Then a yellow on the front, but again, still lime on the back. Up with a lime. Up diagonally, in with a lime. And then up diagonally in with a yellow. But again, lime on the back. Up diagonally in with a lime. And then you can connect together. Specifically on the front, this row of 5 lime at the top, you'll take the middle 3 limes and extend them down by 1 each. That'll make more sense in a second here. Well, not quite yet, but it'll make sense later when we fill in the front of his body. So on the actual like sides here, you want to place lime concrete kind of in the crux of the black stone here, which will just be out a row from everything else. From then you'll go up by 2 with lime, and again you're doing this on both sides. Up diagonally, out by 1. Up by, oh my god. Up by 8. Up diagonally in by 1, and then if you want, you can fill in the rest of the top here in with lime concrete. Just like that. There's kind of the shell of his body. Now we need to fill it in because, yeah. The front you're filling in with, actually with the exception of 2 blocks, before we do that. At the bottom here, the very bottom, you'll place a lime in from either of those bottom 2 limes like so. Now, from this point, the rest of what you're filling in is with yellow concrete on the front and lime on the back. So you see here, basically just you're filling in from one side to the other, just making sure that you stay within the lines, like so. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. Usually isn't 30 minutes into a video I say that, but hey, Monty's a funny exception, I guess. Yeah, these statue tutorials are wild. A lot more detail going into them than like a KFC or something, which is, I guess, nice. Yeah, and then these guys are coming soon. I'm so ready to do them, but I have to get through frickin' Roxy, Chica, DJ Music Man, Vanny, and Mini Music Man first before I can do this nerd. Anyway, you'll have this now, and that looks, in my opinion, pretty good. Obviously, maybe you think it sucks. Sure, I guess, go for it though. Get rid of the crimson, all 3 crimsons, and also the stone button and the black stone stairs, and I guess get out purple concrete. And then move everything forward. And in addition, you can get out block of coal, andesite walls, black stone slabs, and I really don't think there's anything else we'll actually need quite yet. So we'll actually just leave it there, yeah. Because really after that it's like the head. So both shoulders are the same as it was with this guy right here, aka Freddy. From the top lime here, you'll go up diagonally out with purple concrete. You'll bring the purple out by 7. And then you'll place another row of purple concrete below that row that is 1 shorter on the outside, which is on the left, and on the right. Then what you can do is, off of the, basically the lime concrete here, you'll place 4 rows of purple concrete sticking out. And then below the most inner row, you'll place a little bit more purple concrete. So, what you want to do now is you essentially want to bring out almost all of this purple by 1 on either side. Basically, the way it works is on the top row, you're leaving the outermost purple there. On the next row down, you're leaving the, again, outermost purple available. And the row of 4, you're bringing the whole thing out. So you have this shape, essentially, that you're bringing both forward and backward. It's a row of 7, row of 6, and then row of 4, actually. Should have probably done this, like, before, but that's how I did it on Freddy. I don't know why I switched it. I guess for the funniest. Anyway, you'll have this. They are really freaking wide right now. But that will kind of look a little bit better once we get his arms in place. So we'll start with the one that's pointing. Because, yes, I said so. You want to take the back of this arm, and specifically on this row of 4, you'll be taking the leftmost 2 blocks, which are these 2, and bringing them each down with 2 lime. Again, make sure you're on his right arm, but the actual left if you're looking at it. From that lime, you will go forward diagonally down by 2. Forward by 3. Down diagonally, forward 1. And then forward by 2. Off of the purple here on the front, again, these same 2. These left 2, you'll place 1 lime underneath. Go forward by 2. Down diagonally, forward 1, and then forward by 2. Place gray kind of, I guess, forward diagonally out from that lime, so it'll look like this, essentially. We're not making the cannon arms this time, we're just kind of getting the front end, I guess, the top and bottom of the arm done, and then we'll just fill in the sides after. From that, you'll place lime concrete, again, up diagonally, down, and up diagonally. No, what? Up diagonally, down. Forward diagonally up and forward diagonally down. There we go, with lime. You'll then go forward by 3. Forward with block of coal. Lime. And then kind of gray, again, up diagonally, or forward diagonally. Inwards towards the middle, like so. Lord, that was a struggle for no reason. You'll fill in the sides of the arms with lime the same way that you did with the legs, to where you're a block outside of it and not really touching anything, and make sure that the gray is still visible on the sides. Only exception is the block of coal will have block of coal on the left and right, rather than just whatever lime you would be, I guess, considering placing. Oh god. I don't know why I'm doing this one so differently. I feel like it's more confusing than Freddy was. You'll have this anyway. It is still a cannon arm, actually. You will take the gray here on the front, and you will place purple concrete just directly off of the 2x2. You'll bring it up a row and also right a row. You'll then bring that 3x3 of purple towards you by 1, and then extend it off of the left side by 1. Then take the leftmost 3 rows and bring them towards you with purple. Then take the leftmost 2 rows and do the same. Then take the leftmost row and place gray. Then in front of that gray, more purple. And you'll take the bottom 2 purples and extend them each right with a purple, right with a lime, and then that lime can be brought back with a black stone slab. And the top purple will be brought forward by 1, forward with a lime, and then forward with a black stone slab. Off of the top purple, just behind the gray, you'll place a purple on top. Lime on top of that. Right with a lime, and then right with an upside down black stone slab. There's his pointing finger. The other arm is a little bit easier. You want to do the same thing to where you take on the right shoulder blade, the, I guess, outer two most purple concretes, which are these, and you'll go down with 8 lime from either one. Then go forward 1, down 1, down diagonally forward 1, forward by 5, forward with a block of coal, and then lime. Off of the front, you're doing a similar thing. You're going down from these front 2 purples with 7 lime. And then going from that bottom, you'll go back by 1 and also forward by 4. Then placing block of coal and then lime. You will yet again want the gray kind of sticking out of the front like that. And then you'll fill in the sides of these arms with lime again, making sure that you still have the block of coal. And also making sure you don't cover up any limes that I placed, particularly in the kind of, I guess, elbow joint, or the elbow bend. There's no gray there, it's all just kind of the lime. Which, this is actually the same as Freddy also was. Which is kind of interesting, I guess. You will also notice, I don't know how I missed this. I might have also missed this on the left. On the outside of the arm, you'll have the lime where it won't actually be connecting to anything right now. You can just bring it up to connect into the shoulder blade. I think I did miss it. Yeah, I did miss it over here as well. It's unfortunate. Anyway, the hand is about the same thing, just the way that his fingers are bent is different. So you will again place the purple directly off of the gray. Bring it up a row and left a row. Bring that whole 3x3 of purple towards you a row, and then bring that right by an additional row. Take the rightmost 3 rows and bring them towards you with purple. Take the rightmost 2 rows and bring them towards you with purple. Take the rightmost row. Hold on, I'm bad at math, apparently. Take the rightmost row and place gray off of the front. And then from each of those grays, you'll place a purple in front. Then from that purple, you'll go left with another purple. Left with a lime. And then back diagonally to the left with a black stone slab. From the purple just behind where the gray is, you'll place a purple on top. Bring it left 1. Left with a lime, and then left with a black stone slab. And his hand is ready to do some gripping. That sounds weird. Side note, we're going to do a couple things on both arms. Why is my voice keep doing that? I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, on each corner of the block of coal, you'll place an andesite wall. This is also something Freddy had? I don't know what it is. Like a little spiked, like wristband, kind of? But it's not really on his wrist. It's like on his forearm. And then on both arms, there's a couple little splotches of green concrete. On the pointing arm, which is the left, as I'm calling it, you're going to want to break the lime just under the purple here on the left, and also the one in front, and replace them with green. And then I'm also just making sure there's nothing else other than these 2 little dots, which there isn't. If you come to the gray joint here, you'll count 4 to the second lime in front, specifically on the right on the top, and you'll break it and replace it with a green. From that, you'll count left by 2, forward by 1. This one will also be a green. Other arm is fairly similar. Below the purple here on the front, on the left of the, I guess, sticking out portion of the arm, I guess the leftmost middle row, you'll leave this first lime open, and the next 2 will be made green. Traveling on this row down till the joint, you're going to count to the second lime visible here on the flat portion and place a green here. Same thing as before, you'll count right by 2, forward by 1, there'll be a green there. That's pretty much inverted, actually. So, yeah. Yeah, I guess I could have integrated those into the thing as we were doing it, but it's fine. What can we get rid of? Get rid of everything in your inventory that isn't a concrete. And also gray concrete, actually. So you're left with purple, yellow, lime, and green. And you want to get out, in addition, cherry slabs, cherry stairs. I'm pretty sure I missed those in the list. Oopsies. Cobbled deep slate slabs, diorite walls, and birch fences. So to start off with Monty's neck, you want to find the frontmost lime here in the middle on the top. You'll count back by 1 and place a lime here, and bring it left and right by 1 each. You'll then go back diagonally out with another lime, back by 1, back diagonally in 1, and then connect together, so you'll have this shape. Off of the front row of lime, you'll place yellow concrete, and bring that yellow concrete forward by 2 rows. You'll then go down diagonally forward with yellow, and then forward by 2. With the exception of the front row of yellow, every other yellow that you placed can be brought left and right an additional 1. The front stays 3 thick. And then the very back row of yellow can be brought out an additional 1 on either side, so you'll have this. From the yellows here on the left and right, you'll go up diagonally back with another yellow. Don't connect these together. Then go back by 1. Up diagonally back 1. Back by 1. And then you'll go back diagonally in with a yellow and then connect those together. I am just now realizing how long this tutorial is actually going to be. We're 42 minutes in and we haven't even finished his head. From this point, we're going to start doing the inside of the mouth. Just so we don't have to worry about doing it while the top of the head is in. So you want to place on these front, or not the very front row of yellow, this row of 3, but just behind each one, you'll place a cherry slab. Go back from that with cherry stairs. And then up diagonally back from those cherry stairs with more slabs. You'll go back from those slabs with 2 more slabs per slab. That's words. And then back from each of those end slabs with a cherry plank. Behind that cherry plank, you can place 1 more cherry plank back. Oh my lord, I'm doing it again. And then from there, you'll go up diagonally back with cobbled deep slate blocks. We're just using all slabs because it's easier. From the cobbled deep slate, you'll go out diagonally forward with more cobbled deep slate. Then down diagonally forward with another cobbled deep slate block. And then from there, you'll go forward with 2 slabs. There you go. That's like kind of the inside of his mouth done, sort of. What you can do from there is, starting from the center here, you'll place a birch fence on this front middle yellow concrete. And you'll place left and right of that diorite wall. On the next diagonal, another diorite wall. Birch fence behind. Diorite wall behind that. Diorite wall on the next available yellow. And then on the next diagonal, which is up, another diorite wall. And then this back block will be left open. Nice. From the back row of yellow, you'll place a row of lime up diagonally back by 1. We'll worry about the underside of the head in a second. I want to just kind of get the pretty much the entire mouth done, and then we'll focus on it, which it will take like 2 seconds. You'll go out diagonally forward by 2 with lime, forward by 3, forward diagonally in by 2, forward by 3, forward diagonally in by 1, and then connect together. I recommend just filling in the entire underside of this lime in with more lime. You only really have to go to as far as the mouth, or the, yeah, I guess the mouth ends. But if you want to do the rest, I guess you can, although it's not required. You could even fill that in with, like, cobbled deep slate or something. If you want, I just went with lime, though. Anyway, this one has a weirder pattern to it, so bear with me. You want to place from the side, from either side lime concrete on this front row of 3 diorite walls. Then going along the outside, you'll place another diorite wall here. Then a birch fence. Then a gap of 1, and then a diorite wall. And that's pretty much it, because the other one is technically there already. Nice. Now, while we have this, let's do the underside like I promised. And then we'll come back to finish his face. So, really on the underside, all you're doing is bringing the lime concrete of the neck up until either it runs into something, or you're just gonna... Okay, hold on, wait, what is this block particularly? This block is a yellow here, so really for the side limes here, you'll bring it up by 1, and then you'll have a yellow. Just make sure that you fill in any yellow gaps, or any gaps with yellow, and then again the neck will just connect into it. It does look weird on the back because of how much his mouth is opened, but it is what it is. Next up, take the top middle lime here on the front, and you want to left and right of it bring these limes up by 1. This middle one is left alone for now. You'll then go back by 1 from either of those, and you can connect together just for the hell of it. And then from there, you'll go back diagonally out with a lime, back by 2, then back diagonally out by 2, and then you're just following along the rest of this, the back of the head. On this row, actually, on both sides, this one, not the one diagonal, but just behind the one diagonal, this line will be a green. I thought it was just on one side, but it is on both, in fact. Like so. Up to, actually, that green, and including the row of that green, you're filling in the row that you just did in with lime again. Like so. This will be for the eyes, which we'll do later. But anyway, from the green on either side, you'll count in by 1 and place a lime off either side. Bring it up by 1, up diagonally in by 1, in 1, down diagonally in 1 where they will connect, and then also down 1. And then off of the rows of 2 lime here on the left and right, you'll go back with the lime, up 1, back by 2, down by 1, back 1, and then down by 1. The very edge rows, which I guess you could kind of consider as his cheeks or whatever, you'll take these 2 middle limes and bring them up by 1. I guess the 2 middle blocks on that row, because technically they're not the middle limes, because of the... you get the point. What you can do now is the row of 3 on the top, on the left and right, you will take these top limes and bring them back diagonally in by 1, and then connect together. And pretty much what you're doing from this point is you're bringing each lime, or you're just filling in each side. Now, this gets a little bit weird. Leave the eyes open. On the left and right, you're just filling in line with the lime section, which is, I guess, the middle row, because that technically is the third. On the back, you're just placing 2 rows on top of this row of lime here. And then the top, you're just filling it with a rectangle. Make sure you leave the one little block open between the tops of the eyes, but anything further than that will be filled in. Now, get rid of, again, everything except for your concretes. And actually, you can get rid of everything but your purple concrete. And you will get out smooth quartz blocks, black concrete, red concrete, bamboo stairs, and bamboo slabs. I think I also missed smooth quartz on the block list, but because I forgot that I actually gave him eyes still. So in either eye hole, you'll inset a block and place off of the sides smooth quartz block. Specifically the outside. The inside you're leaving open for now, because that just fell. Because in the bottom middle block, or in the bottom block here, you'll place a black concrete, and in the top, you'll place a purple. Now, from this point, we can make his glasses. Unless you don't want them, you can just have him without them. Although, I guess that's more of a Shattered Monty thing. Off the lime concretes above the eyes, you'll place bamboo slabs. You'll bring each bamboo slab down with a purple concrete and place off of the outside of the purple concrete opposite on bamboo stairs facing away. You'll also place under that same purple concrete you brought out with an upside down bamboo stair, another upside down bamboo stair that faces out again. Place a purple concrete inside of that stair, and then in between these bottom purple concrete, you'll place an upside down bamboo stair facing forward, and then on top of that one, you'll place a right side up bamboo stair. He's missing something, isn't he? Let's make the mohawk. So, we'll start from the back, kind of bottom of his head. You want to head to the back, and you want to be on this bottom lime on the, I guess, rectangle that is the back of his head. I never really thought about that. You'll place a red here, and bring it back diagonally up by 1. Then go up by 2, up diagonally forward 1, up 1, forward 1, up diagonally forward 1, forward by 2, and then down diagonally back by 1. Fill in the rest of these little gaps here in with red concrete to complete his mohawk. If you don't want the guitar, there you go, he's done. If you do want the guitar, you should clear your inventory, and let me give me a second. You will get out gray concrete, yellow terracotta, black concrete, polished deep slate slabs, bamboo slabs, cyan terracotta, and dark oak fence gates. Now, what you can do is, in the slot of his hand, specifically where you have each of the gray concretes, you'll bring them each left with 2 more gray concrete. This will make it a little bit weird, but we'll figure it out like so. You will take the leftmost 2 gray concretes and start by going up with 4 additional gray concrete. Like so. You'll then place 2 rows of yellow on top, and take the top row of yellow and the bottom row of yellow, excuse me, and extend it to the left and right by 1. And then those yellows can be brought down by 2. Off of the top 2 yellow terracottas here on these sides, these, I guess the rows of 3, you'll place upside down bamboo slabs like so. We'll get the strings in once we finish the rest of the guitar. On the underside, the gray here can be brought down by 6 with gray. And then you'll place a yellow off of either side of the gray. And from that, you'll go down diagonally left with a yellow. Down by 3. then down with a black concrete, down diagonally left by 1, then down with 5 black, down diagonally out with a black, and then down with 5 yellow terracotta, and that should connect you to the ground. You'll take that bottom yellow and bring it up diagonally right with a yellow, up by 1, up diagonally right with a black, right by 2, then right with 3 yellow, down diagonally right with a yellow, down by 1, down diagonally right by 1, then from that end block up by 5, then up diagonally left with a yellow, up with 2 black, then up with 3 yellow, then up diagonally left with a black, up 1, and then you'll go up with 3 yellow terracotta, and that will finish off the shape. For the black concrete, this does get a little bit weird, but I will try my best to explain it to the best of my abilities. The bottom row of 3 black concrete here, you will place 2 more rows of 3 black concrete on top of it that each shift 1 to the left. The third row you will only need to place 2 blocks for, as the third one is already on the perimeter. From this top right block of this top row of 3, you'll place a black on top, go right 2, and then you will go up by 3, left 2, up 2, right 2, and then you will go up 1 and left 1. Fill in this little square of black concrete in here, and the 2 lines where you have 2 black concretes just kind of chilling, you'll bring them each left until they hit something. Specifically, the bottom row may hit something. If the top doesn't, you'll just bring it out the same amount as you brought the bottom out. But that will give you this, essentially. The rest of the guitar can be filled in with yellow terracotta. A little bit weird, but you know, it's a weird looking shape anyway, so. Chica's will be easier, at least. Roxy, I didn't give her piano thing, because I wanted to specifically make her have a pose that I couldn't have her holding it. I guess I could have made it on the floor next to her, but that's a lot of work. Anyway, you'll have this. First off, you have, at the bottom center here, you'll have a black concrete and a yellow terracotta that should meet. This is the center of the guitar. You will count up a row from this, and still in line with these 2 blocks, place a couple of upside-down polished deep slate slabs. You will bring each of those polished deep slate slabs up with dark oak fence gates that will open into the guitar until you reach Monty's hand, and then you'll actually keep going. And you will end once you hit the last gray concrete on the guitar. In which on top you'll place polished deep slate slabs like so. That's his guitar strings. He has 3. Leave him alone. He's having problems. You'll take the bottom row of the dark oak fence gates and count right by 2 and place a cyan terracotta. From that cyan terracotta, you'll count up by 2 and place another one, and then there's the guitar done. I think, unless there's something going on at the top that I missed. I don't think there is. There is not. So once you have done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Montgomery Gator statue from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach complete. I cannot believe that was over an hour when Freddy was like 40 minutes. You would think that they would be the same, but I guess not. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, next on the statue list is Roxy. And yeah, with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night. And I will see you on the next one. Okay, really? You're gonna remove my emotes again? You know what? We're going through this. I don't know why. It does this like every time, I swear. Okay, I already have it on now. Bass.